Wait.
Hey, why you should never use try in your domain name? I got 3 reasons. First of all, hey, Chris Zuiker Media Options. I help companies to acquire their .com domain name for the lowest possible cost today. And listen, this is a pet peeve of mine. When I see startups that have raised $20, $30 million, maybe $100 million, I don't know, different scenarios, but they use like a try or a get or a use in their domain name. There's 3 reasons why I recommend not doing this strategy. It's okay to own that domain, maybe use it for marketing, but don't use this for your main brand. The first one is this, is that it makes you look like a perpetual startup. Yeah, I said it. It makes you look like a perpetual startup. You may have been in business for maybe 3, 5, 10 years, and you've done hundreds of million dollars in business, but because it's like get, try, it doesn't make you look like the leader in the leadership position and leadership messaging that maybe you have, maybe you're trying to communicate. So that's the first one. The second one is this, is that it pre-frames that maybe they don't like you. I don't know, right? Hey, try us, right? And it pre-frames almost scarcity sometimes. Now listen, you can communicate this a different way, and I get it. There's different ways of communicating, different messaging and marketing, and that's cool. But I would have you consider this, is that what is the pre-frame that try brings to your brand? What is the pre-frame that a get or a use brings to your brand? Okay, it does pre-frame something in our minds that, hey, you're not maybe established because you got get or you got use or you got try, and maybe I don't like it. Hey, just try us, right? Like scarcity versus, hey, we own our brand. This is the mission and the purpose and the ethos. This is the very DNA of who we are. We put our money down to create this foundation for what we believe the messaging and the product that we're trying and the problem that we're trying to solve. And the third thing is this, is that it creates massive confusion, okay? You can see this massive confusion in many different ways. You can see it in traffic. I've seen companies that have driven like 25,000 visitors a day to a competitor because they created confusion with their brand. They were doing a TV ad at the time, and they had no idea, okay? So it can create confusion. It creates confusion because you have to constantly say, hey, listen, go over here, we're over here. Like, don't go to Dave.com, so we're TribeDave.com. By the way, it's a great store. If you have not heard it, go on over to my blog or MediaOps.com. We talk about that. It's also an interview done by James Isles at Names Pros. So it creates this massive confusion. No, we're this brand. We're not over here. And what happens is that you'll forever have to say that. Now, one of the things that we see is email security and all these emails that go to the company that owns the .com domain name. I mean, this is serious. This is real. This is something that happens. And how much business and how much money is left on the table because you've created confusion. Now, some of that confusion could be sensitive information. Some of that confusion could be like customer service complaints. You'd be surprised at what you see, what we see. Highly, highly sensitive information that comes across to the wrong company because you've used a get or a try or a my or a use. I get it. I understand the dilemma with pricing and what you can afford and return on investment. Like I say this, it's like, hey, listen, we can debate price all day long. What we shouldn't be debating is that you need to acquire and own your brand online in the simplest way that creates the least amount of confusion, that just creates an effortless path for your customers. I'm going long today. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this thought. If you did find value in it, share it down below. Also, go over to chriszuiker.com. Check out my blog. Check my daily podcast that I do. A lot of cool information. And also go to MediaOps.com. Check our blog out. Check our domains out. We broker some of the world's best leading domain names on the market that are available with pricing. So check it out and reach out to me if I can help you in any way.